Namaskar everyone. Welcome to my channel Bright Future. In this video, I have to explain about the chapter Fibre to Fabric of class 6th CBSE or state syllabus. Okay, let us start the lesson. In this lesson, we have to study about types of fibers, processing of wool and making fabric from yarn. And please observe in this video I given only important points regarding this lesson, that is fiber to fabric. Let us start. Types of fibers. There are two types of fibers. First one is natural fibers. The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals. So these are the fibers. We get these fibers from animals or plants only. For example, cotton, jute, silk, and wool. Cotton, jute we have to obtain from plants. Silk and wool are obtained from animals. Yes, the other type of fiber is synthetic fibers. So these are man-made fibers which are not obtained from plant and animal sources. So in the factory only we manufacture these fibers using chemicals. For example, rayon, nylon, polyester, etc. Fibers from plant sources. So cotton is grown in black soil and warm climate. This is the fiber where we get from plant. So this plant is grown in black soil and warm climate only. So we usually use the cotton dresses, cotton cloth for wearing. So these fibers are made from cotton plant. Next one is jute. Jute is obtained from stem of jute plant. So this is the stem of jute plant. For rope and some bags we have to use are made from this jute plant. Now fibers from animal sources. First one is wool. Wool cloth is spun from yarn made from the fibers of the thick fleece of sheep. So you already know about the wool, and this wool is obtained from sheep's. This is the fleece of the, that is hairs of the thick hairs of the sheep. So we use all woolen sweaters, woolen bags, woolen jackets for wearing, and for blankets also we use wool fibers. Next one is silk. Silk thread is obtained from the saliva of an insect called silkworm. So this silkworm made an tube-like structure that is called as silk. From that we get the silk yarn and for made silk fabric. So these silk fabrics are used to make dresses, saris, anything. Process of wool. So how the wool can be made? Wool can be made to fabric. First process is shearing. In this process, we remove the wool from the sheep's skin. The process of removal of wool from the sheep's skin is called shearing. So the thick hairs of the sheep can be removed from the sheep's skin. It is called as shearing. Second one is grading. The process of separating fleece from damaged wool. In the shearing process, we get damaged wool and a proper wool. This proper wool getting separate from the damaged wool is called as grading. Next one is carding. The process after the wool has been washed and dried, it is passed through the rollers that have been teeth. That process is called as carding. In this process, wool can be washed and dried, and it passes through the rollers to make a yarn. Last one is spinning, the process by which fibers are gathered together and drawn into a long rope and then twisted to make yarn. So in this process, the fiber get gathered together and drawn into long rope and twisted to make yarn. So here we get wool to yarn. Here we get wool to yarn, not fiber. Wool to yarn we get here. Yarn means it is a thread. So these are the four steps for processing wool. Now making fabric from yarn. First one, weaving. The process by two sets of yarns are arranged together to form fabric. It is done on looms. The process by two sets of yarn. Here we want two sets of yarn to make a fiber, to make a fabric from fiber. So it is done only handlooms or in the factory. Second one is knitting, the process by which a single yarn is used to make fabric. It is done by hand or machines. Here in the knitting, we use only single yarn, but in the weaving, we used two sets of yarns to make a fiber. But in the knitting, we use only single yarn to make a fabric. It is done by hands or machines. So in the home itself we can do the fabric of wool by knitting that yarn. Thank you.